This is the process shot. I'm Michael, I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Latitude du Printemps, a short French animated comedy from 2020. It's another one with a bunch of directors too. Their names are Chloé Bourdic, Théophile Coursimault, Sylvain Cuvillier, Noémie Halberstam, Maÿlis Mosny, and Zijing, I think. Anyways, despite the high number of names behind the film, there's not really too much to say about the story at hand. It focuses on three unnamed characters: a dog who is left abandoned by the side of the road by its owner, a young boy who spends his free time playing with space toys, and a woman who spends her day trying to beat her personal best cycling time. They each start out on separate paths, but over time they all end up coming together and become friends, I think. Mostly because the cyclist doesn't do much for most of the movie. It's generally just the boy and the dog, really. This movie ended up being a pretty cute and colorful short, with an upbeat story and a bright tone overall. It's also presented completely silently, with a story told pretty much through visual action, but easy to interpret with how simple the actual story is. It's mostly to do with how the individual character arcs are more or less disconnected, or at least don't all merge together until the film's end. Again, until that point, it's mostly about the young boy and the dog, with little focus given to the woman. Even then, there isn't much of an actual story for the viewer to handle, in that there's nothing with a strong narrative outside of what the dog goes through. It's more about the overall emotional outcome, I suppose, with its greater energy put into being a feel-good story rather than a stronger, more developed narrative. There's also a greater emphasis on the stop-motion animation, which ends up being an actual story element in itself, though for the most part it's still more of an aesthetic decision. Pretty much everything about the film's visuals are what have the most emphasis, the most prevalent being the actual environment around the characters, which are probably computer graphics, but still look pretty realistic. The color design is what helps here, with a mix between bright saturated tones and darker shadows with limited lighting to help emphasize character emotion and tone. Something else that's interesting is the film's editing, showing different points of time in a multi-frame presentation like a comic book. It makes for a unique storytelling choice, but it's generally limited to showing events linearly, rather than showing two or all three stories concurrently. Overall, though, everything is made more to be cute and comfy, bolstered by a cute aesthetic and cute art design. In one word, it's cute. Latitude du Printemps. Chloé Bourdic, Théophile Coursimault, Sylvain Cuvillier, Noémie Halberstam, Maÿlis Mosny, Zijing, 2020. 3.5 stars. I'd say it's worth watching once or twice. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I still wish there was a bicycle lying around this place somewhere. I've walked around these halls so much I forget what biking is like.